Hello everyone, welcome back to Study Room. So in this video, we are going to start with the topic of earthquake. We are going to see in detail about what is earthquake and what are the measures for reducing it. So let's begin. We are going to learn about what are earthquakes, how are they caused, and what are the measures of reducing the harmful effects of earthquake. So let's begin. Now, the natural phenomena can cause a large scale destruction of human life and property. Now, some of these phenomena can be predicted to some extent, like the location and magnitude of some phenomena can be predicted. Magnitude, right? So, if a thunderstorm occurs, there is a possibility of lightning and cyclones accompanying it. So we get time to take measures to protect ourselves from the damage caused by these phenomena, right? So one natural phenomenon which are not yet able to predict accurately is an earthquake. It can cause huge damage to human life and property. A major earthquake occurred in India on 8th of October 2005 in Uri and Tangdhar towns of North Kashmir. Before that, a major earthquake had occurred on 26 January 2001 in Bhuj district of Gujarat and which had caused a lot of destruction. It was very devastating. An earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth which lasts for a very short time. It is caused by a disturbance deep inside the earth's crust. So this is a basic definition you can say of earthquake. It is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth and it lasts for a very short time, right? They can cause immense damage to buildings, bridges, dams, and people. There can be a great loss to life and property. So, if an earthquake occurs, there's an immense damage to all the life and property. Earthquakes can cause floods, landslides, and tsunamis. So, these are some after effects of earthquakes. If an earthquake occurs, it is often accompanied by a tsunami in a nearby ocean. So, a major tsunami occurred in the Indian subcontinent on 26 December 2004. All the coastal areas around the ocean suffered a huge loss. So, even tsunamis are equally devastating and disastrous as the earthquakes. The tremors are caused by the disturbance deep down inside the uppermost layer of the earth called the crust. So, the earthquake is a result of the tremors caused by the uppermost layer of the earth crust, right? Now let's see how is the structure of the earth. Firstly, the uppermost layer of the earth is not in one piece. It is fragmented, that is, it is divided. Each fragment is called a plate. These plates are always in continual motion. So as you can see, if this is the earth, the uppermost layer is the crust. Then comes the mantle. Then outer core. And then finally the inner core. Right? Now, what are the causes for earthquake? Earthquakes are caused due to the movement or the collision of tectonic plates. Now, what are tectonic plates is that they are situated in the uppermost layer of the earth's crust. It looks somehow like this. So, earthquakes are they are the cause of the movement or collision of these tectonic plates. Correct? So roughly this is how it happens. The tectonic plates collide and then there are tremors. followed, right? Here you can see these are the tremors. So this is the main cause for earthquake. Now, tremors on the earth can also be caused when a volcano erupts, or a meteor hits the earth, or an underground nuclear explosion is carried out. There are numerous experiments on nuclear explosion which are carried underground and can cause some tremors in the earth's crust. However, most earthquakes are caused by the movements of earth's plates. So that is the main cause, but there are some other secondary causes as well. Now, seismic plate. Boundaries of the plates on the Earth's crust are weak zones where earthquakes are most likely to occur. These are known as seismic or the fault zones, where the earthquakes are most likely to occur. Now, let's see about the earthquake regions in India. The most prone earthquake regions are the parts of Kashmir, which are shown in red. Then the whole of northeast region is a earthquake prone region. Then the run of Kutch, which is situated in Bhuj, right? And also there are some parts of Rajasthan which are earthquake prone regions in India. Now, Richter scale. The power of an earthquake is expressed in terms of a magnitude on a scale called Richter scale. Really destructive earthquakes have magnitudes higher than 7 on the Richter scale. They have a magnitude of higher than 7. Both Bhuj and Kashmir earthquakes had magnitudes greater than 7.5. Then imagine how bad and how disastrous the earthquakes must be. Now, seismograph. The tremors produced waves on the surface of the earth. These are called seismic waves. The waves are recorded by an instrument called seismograph. It looks something like this. The instrument is simply a vibrating rod or a pendulum which starts vibrating when tremors occur. A pen is attached to the vibrating system. The pen records the seismic waves on a paper which moves under it. So there must be a pen attached to it, and then it notes the waves, the seismic waves on the paper, and thus the magnitude can be calculated. Then by studying these waves, scientists can construct a complete map of the earthquake. They can also estimate its power or the magnitude to cause the destruction, right? Now, what protective measures can be taken against earthquakes? Consult qualified architects and structural engineers. So whenever we construct a house, it should be constructed based on the consultation of architects and structural engineers. It is better if the cupboards and the shelves are fixed to the wall so that they do not fall easily. Be careful where you hang wall clocks, photo frames, and water heaters. Firefighting equipment should be installed in tall buildings. Firefighting nowadays is a must. It should always be installed. Right? Now, guidelines by Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee. Now, whenever we are indoor, what are the measures that can be taken? Take shelter under a table and stay there till the shaking of the earthquake stops. Whenever an earthquake occurs, you should always take shelter under a table if you are indoor. Stay away from tall and heavy objects. Protect your head with a pillow. Now, if you're outdoor, what do? You find a clear spot that is away from the buildings, trees, and overhead power lines. Drop to the ground whenever you are outdoor, and if an earthquake occurs, you should always find an open space or an open ground where there are no buildings in the surroundings. Right? Now, the chapter is almost done. Let's do a quick revision of the chapter. Some objects can be charged by rubbing with other objects. There are two kinds of charges, positive and negative charge. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Positive charge will repel each other while the positive negative charge will attract each other. The electrical charges produced by rubbing are called static charges. Right? When charge when charges move, they constitute an electrical current. An electroscope may be used to detect whether a body is charged or not. The process of transfer of charge from a charged object to the earth is called earthing. The process of electrical discharge between clouds and the earth or between different clouds are called as lightning. Lightning strike could destroy life and property, that is, it is destructive. Lightning conductors can protect buildings from the effects of lightning. An earthquake is a sudden shaking or a trembling of the earth. Earthquake is caused by a disturbance deep inside the earth's crust. It is not possible to predict the occurrence of an earthquake. Earthquakes tend to occur at the boundaries of Earth's plates. These boundaries are called the fault zones. Destructive energy of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. The earthquake measuring 7 or more on the Richter scale can cause severe damage to life and property. Right? So, before ending the chapter, let's answer this question. When a glass rod is rubbed with a piece of silk cloth, the rod becomes positively charged while the cloth has a negative charge. So for this question, the correct answer is option B, because the electrons move from the glass rod to the piece of silk. That's why the piece of silk then has a negative charge and glass rod has positive charge. Correct? So this was all for this chapter. We'll connect next time on Study Room with a very interesting chapter. Till then, thank you and see you next time.